Yo, what is going on, guys? Gohashi here, and today we're gonna go through a Hajime no Ippo Season 1 review. If you like anime or anime content, subscribe to the channel, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. So if you haven't seen Hajime no Ippo before, it is a boxing anime following the journey of Ippo Makunouchi. Season 1 starts at the very beginning, where Ippo's in high school, around like 15 or 16 years old, and he's a typical kid, but doesn't really do any extracurricular activities because most of his free time is spent at home helping his mom with her business, being a boat rental company. So what she'll do is kind of rent out her services to any fishermen in the area and kind of drive out early in the morning to any spots that are well known for catching fish. And this was originally Ippo's father's business, but he was lost at sea during like some storm and was never found. So his mom was left to take care of Ippo as well as run the business and support them both when Ippo was, I believe, like a young child, very young boy. So to make up for the loss of a parent, Ippo takes a lot of his free time to help his mother out. So before school, helping load heavy equipment and stuff into the boat, and then after school, cleaning things up, or even doing like paperwork or managing some of the money just to help her out as much as he can. And that right there kind of shows the type of character that Ippo is, being a nice, kind, gentle soul that, you know, would give you the clothes off his back to help you in any way. And sadly, that large amount of empathy and self-sacrifice prevents him from being a kid and enjoying his free time with friends. And we see that from episode 1. From some of his classmates invited him to do some things, but he said he was busy because he was helping his mom. And the other bad side of him being a nice, kind-hearted, soft soul is that he gets walked over and he gets taken advantage of. So he gets pushed around a lot. And on his way home in episode 1, some guys push him around, they start beating him up, and they start belittling him, belittling his mom, and Ippo gets upset, but he doesn't know how to fight, and he's not one to thrive in conflict. He doesn't enjoy conflict, so he just kind of points the blind eye, tries to just dissolve the conflict. And luckily for him, a professional boxer is doing his running, doing some training, passes by and sees people getting bullied and decides to step in. Not fighting or punching them or beating the bullies up, but dodging their haymakers and kind of showing his skill set and scaring them off. And after that, Ippo passes out and wakes up at the pro boxer's gym. And Takamura, feeling sorry for Ippo, you know, wants him to blow off some steam, draws the bully's face on a punching bag, shows him a little form and tells him, hey, try some boxing, try to let out some of that anger. And he punches the bag and nearly hits the ceiling doing so, and really messes up his hand, like scraping off some skin. He's bleeding, which leads Takamura to realize that this kid has a lot of potential, even though he's never boxed a day in his life. And that is really where Ippo's journey as a boxer begins, right then and there. From then on, we not only see Ippo progress as a boxer, but also as a character. We see Ippo go from boxing as a hobby, as an amateur, then to a professional, And as a character, we see him start to develop some relationships, some friendships with his peers in the boxing gym, which has been a first for him because he spent so much time helping his mother. Now he finally has a chance to be a kid and to, you know, really get involved in something that he likes, and that hobby or activity eventually turns into a passion for him. It's an easy anime to get into because the concept is simple, and you know, if you have played sports at any point in your life, I feel like that makes it really relatable, and kind of allows you to get indulged and involved in the characters themselves. And as I said, Ippo kind of develops these friendships with these gym mates, and there's funny, quirky moments throughout season 1 that really reminds me of high school. As being a guy, just a bunch of dudes like messing around, doing stupid stuff, messing with each other, busting chops, all that. That was kind of reminiscent for me to, you know, see some of those scenes. In general, like, I've kind of just gotten a little more into sports animes. I've watched Haiku, I watched Run with the Wind, I got into Kuroko's Basketball, that was really good. And then I got into, I also watched Yuri on Ice, and then I got into, obviously, this Hajime no Ippo, which, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And for season 1, it is the largest out of the 3 seasons that are on Netflix. This is still an ongoing manga, and I don't know if it will be fully animated and adapted, because this has been going on since like early 2000s. Like, I think it's either 2002 it was animated, and then, or 2004 that it started. But yeah, it kind of reminds me a lot of One Piece, where it's been around for a long time, probably going to continue going with no sign of stopping. But hopefully they do decide to animate more of the manga, because I feel like it's definitely worth it. So if you're into sports anime, I think you'll definitely like it. And if you're into anime in general, I think you'll like this as well, because it's a simple story. It's easy to follow along with. Kind of reminds me of Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer is about demons that eat humans, and then there are demon slayers that kill demons to protect humans. It's very straightforward, but obviously there's depth with characters and their backstories. So that's what gets you enticed and gets you more involved with the full story. But anyways, yeah, I highly recommend it. If I were to review season 1, I'd probably give it a 10, because Ippo is always looking at things from the bottom. He, with all this little amount of experience, he views every opponent, every match as a threat, and viewing it as he's an underdog. So he's doing as much as he can, and training as much as he can, studying, doing all these things to continually get better and better and better, that there's little downtime. When there is downtime, there's some very funny scenes. Like I said, him and his gym mates messing around, clowning around. There's also like a lot of scenes where, like, I don't know, this must be like the manga author like making like, or writing some very like unique and like different faces, but like those comedic elements kind of add to it as well. But yeah, overall, he's always looking at things as an underdog and is always striving to be better. And you know, that makes it enjoyable, because you don't really know what's going to happen. You can assume what's going to happen, but they kind of keep you on the edge of your seat each episode. And even though season 1 is the longest out of the 3 that are adapted on Netflix, it's like 75 episodes compared to like 20 something. I binge watched all 75. I don't know how long it took, but I watched it in a large amount, and I think you should give it a shot if you haven't already. So if If you got through this full video, I really appreciate it. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel, check out some of my other videos. Your support helps in a lot of ways. The more subs we have, the more I'll be able to do with this channel in the future. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you next time.